Mark, don't you know that the last thing vulnerable 19-year-old teenage moms need is to date someone who's almost 70 years old?
Do not send any hate or honestly comments of any kind to anyone mentioned in this video on behalf of me or yourself. The purpose of this video is to give my commentary and opinion on matters of public concern. Thank you.
Welcome to the Queen's Court. So today we need to talk about Mark Laita. The people are mad. I have received a lot of emails. I don't know how many. But more than usual. Asking me to talk about Mark Laita because about a month or more now ago, Mark Laita put out a video that he had walked in, discovered, and found his girlfriend that nobody, I guess, really knew about in the public. He's like, oh, surprise, I've been dating somebody 2.5 years. And also, she's dead. And of course, people are barking up my tree, trying to say, did you look into this situation, that situation? And short answer, yes, I'm looking into it. But in the meantime, I took a peruse, as it were, through the comment section of that video. I'm just going to read some of the comments. The people are mad. Sarah Hillstrom said, having trouble is, or maybe it's what I'm having trouble with is, I'm not really sure. Maybe a bot wrote this. The fact that she was 20 and he's 60 plus and he knew her traumatic past, hard not to see that as preying on someone's trauma. Now, don't shoot the messenger. I'm reading what Sarah Hillstrom said. I don't know. I wasn't there. Sarah said, I was 16 when a man 30 plus years older than me told me they loved me and all the things. I was actually a vulnerable child with a horrible home life. Sorry, but this isn't love. The power dynamic is not justified. And y'all, the comments keep going and going. That one's got 126 likes. This one here from Adriana2994 3 weeks ago, edited, has 255 likes and 25 replies. This is in the comment section of that video. I found this so disturbing. Mature girl, great relationship, perfect life, ... 40 plus age gap, power imbalance, emotional imbalance, financial imbalance, lies, drugs. What could possibly go wrong? Poor little boy, though. He may not have a chance. That's sad. We're not going to wish that on him. Jamie Talks said, rest in peace, Kiara. My heart goes out to her child. That being said, Mark is absolutely inexcusable. You are sexually attracted to a woman your daughter's age. You're not helping any young woman you sleep with just because you pay for their lifestyle. As a 26-year-old woman, I cannot understand why you would be interested in someone my age. I hope you can learn from this in the same way you ask those you interview to learn and change their behaviors. Oh, here's Riri Mari. First, your first clue that she had damaging low self-worth was the fact that she's dating a man 40 years older than her. She was vulnerable, traumatized, and you took that as your way in. Next, I'm very unsurprised that you would date a 20-year-old. Well, I don't know if she was 20. Oh, was she 20 when they started dating? Maybe she was. We'll have to fact check the age, okay, the exact age difference, because people are saying many different ages, but they dated for a couple years, few years, almost 3, I guess, between 2 and 3. So she was many ages. I don't know. The comment goes on. This is Riri Mari. I'm surprised you thought you could fix her. Haven't you realized through these interviews that if that were all it takes, we would all be unbroken through finding love? Wow. That's actually a pretty profound question. When we finally receive love or something like it, we sabotage it because we do not deserve it. That's the message we received throughout our childhood by the people who set the precedent. May she rest in power. Then MF metal detecting guy said, this is insensitive, but if the purpose of this channel is to honestly discuss and explore mental health, acting like the age difference wasn't possibly a sign that she was engaging in trauma-influenced behavior, ... I'm not sure we're being honest with ourselves and doing a disservice to the spirit of this channel and to those suffering, including Mark. I'm so sorry for your loss. Rest in peace, Kiara. So this guy's calling Mark out. He's saying, look, I feel for you and all that, but let's be honest. Let's hold up. You're already always telling people to look at this and look at that because it's a trauma from a childhood. What are you doing? Being attracted to somebody with the type of trauma that wants to be with somebody that's almost 70 and she's in her 20s. Let's be honest, he's saying. YouTube channel 9363 said, Mark, don't you know that the last thing vulnerable 19-year-old teenage moms need is to date someone who's almost 70 years old? Christ. How oblivious, how ridiculous. Poor beautiful girl. The sentence, she is very, this is didgery girl. The sentence, quote, she is very mature for her age, always gives me pause, especially coming from a much older man. I'm sorry for the loss of a young life, and I really hope her child doesn't end up in foster care. And I hope you'll step up for him in order to help him navigate this immense grief and support him throughout his childhood. That's the bare minimum. If the bond you shared with his late mom was as magical as you say it was, I'm sure the magic spell has broken for this little boy. This is John. John Sarro said, just because you have the platform doesn't mean you should speak on certain topics. I can't make any sense of this interview. I understand Mark is trying to process his loss, but he's far from justified in releasing all these details about someone who tragically passed. Let her rest, Mark. Ponder your own decisions. If you want to psychoanalyze something, ponder your own decisions if you want to psychoanalyze something. John, it and Lion. This is disgusting, 407 House said. I hope I'm not the only one who thinks it. First of all, this is not his story to tell, especially how he is obviously giving judgment. The clear power dynamic between the two is so concerning. He met her, interviewing and paying her mom. And then a 60-something-year-old man preyed on a clearly vulnerable woman. I'm reading the comment. I'm not saying this, okay? It's not my opinion. I'm reading the comment from 407 House 3 weeks ago. I never thought I would be with a woman like her is essentially calling her broken and gives me so much judgment. He sees her as beneath him. The most disgusting things about this video is when he starts saying, why would a person pick up a drug if they had a kid? This shows absolutely no empathy towards and gives perspective on why she wouldn't have opened up and spoke to him. They are flaming Mark about how she was feeling. He took advantage of a woman and is now shaming her. His uneducation and ignorance can be seen when he speaks to Rebecca constantly. To call her young and stupid is so horrible and disrespectful, Melinda said. All the signs are there for trauma. Who bleep themselves because they're young and stupid. If you're bleep yourself, you are in a whole lot of pain. Whoever's doing this interview should probably do some research on trauma. And y'all, I mean, it just doesn't stop. There are more. There's something to be said about a sugar daddy relationship, Allie Barker said, especially with young women and trauma and addiction and a kid. That life doesn't sound great no matter how loving the sugar daddy is. Mark should reflect on his own trauma. Somebody was like, interesting how a lot of people here don't see a problem with a 50-something-year-old man edit, oop, oh my God, somebody say he's 65. Having an intimate relationship with a 22-year-old, 20 when they started. But this does mention something that also is going on in the comment section. Like the ones that I've read are like obviously people who are mad. These have like a lot of likes. Some of them 300 likes. Some of them 100, 200, 250. There are people in the comments who are saying, oh my God, Mark, I feel so bad for your loss. Oh my God, I'm so sorry you lost your 22-year-old girlfriend and let yourself into her apartment in the morning and her child had a stinky diaper. Oh my God, I'm so sorry for your loss. You're so brave to make this video. So there's people out there saying this, but y'all, last time I saw the comment section turn so wholly and grossly against Mark Laita was when he tried to let Lima go on his channel and lie about it. All right. So she was mature for her age. God, I despise this. This is sick. Get help. She was 20 when you met. She had a newborn and you were paying for her rent. Do you think we're all dumb? That's Aunt Shelly said that. Jimmy said, Jimmy Rigg 54, I'm 72 years old and I could not imagine having an intimate relationship with a 25-year-old woman, nor would I ever allow myself to do so. I do not care how mature she seems for her age. I think of it from a father's point of view. Would I encourage my daughter to be involved with a man 45 years older than her? He keeps mentioning Gabriel Azahir 8829. He keeps mentioning that she had a great life, but that was from his perspective. Depression, anxiety, and other dark emotions tend to hide behind smiles. If you were supporting her financially, she probably felt the need to keep you happy within the relationship and not add conflict or obstacles within the relationship in fear of you leaving. And this brings back to the whole P. Diddy thing, right? Like, especially with the Jane Doe, people, even in the public, were kind of saying, you know, she was a sugar baby. He was a sugar daddy. And she was getting her lifestyle paid for in return for these SUL acts, the freak offs, the hotel nights. But it's like, that does present a bit of a conflict. And this is coming up here with the Mark Laita thing. He's like, oh, and by the way, I was paying her rent. And like, you can see that like paying her rent consent means he gets to let himself in her apartment at 11 a.m. I mean, like, she hasn't even been gone enough to declare her a missing person yet. It's like 11 in the morning, he's barging in. And he would probably say, if I had to guess, I paid for it. And so you can kind of see why she might keep something from him, because, I mean, it doesn't seem like they had like a loving relationship to me. Maybe they loved each other, maybe there was love involved, but it seems like more of a transactional relationship. He was paying her rent. He let himself into the apartment. Now he is kind of trashing her, in my opinion, from what I could tell from the video. Y'all are welcome to go watch it yourself, and I wish you would, to make up your own mind about it. But the people are mad in the comment section. Just wanted to let y'all know, please don't send any hate to anybody mentioned in this video. That is not the purpose of this video. This video is to report on the comment section. Okay, they're public comments. Don't go participate in the commenting. Okay, I'm just telling y'all what they saying out here. This is public information. That's all I really had for this one. In the meantime, facts ain't defamation. Love you, mean it. Okay, bye.